Redditors that worked with a dating company. What's the most insane user stat or behind the scenes fact you found out about? A couple met on the dating app I worked on. Unfortunately, the man passed away and the lady returned to the app where they met for remembrance. One day, a bug in the system made some profile likes to be sent again after months, and she received one from her deceased boyfriend. Her bug report was heartbreaking. Poor lady. A dude with over 2,000 right swipes and no matches. Oh, no. Bless him. That's quite sad, actually. I hope he found someone eventually. I feel bad for that dude. I do. Take one for the team and swipe right on him with your account. Well, now, hold on a second. Let's not rush these things. Nah, everybody. Honestly, it's probably something in his bio that's off-putting. Even if you're not conventionally attractive, there's usually always someone that finds you attractive. One guy I saw had fat, ugly, depressed as a bio. Like, dude, me too. But God, do I not put that in my Tinder bio. I talk about the interesting things about me. That's actually not as bad. Shows at least some humor. It worked for George Costanza. Jeez, man. Just tag me in the post next time. This reminds me of the episode of South Park where the kid had 0 Facebook friends. God, that episode made me so sad. Telling his parents about going to the movies with his new friend. Oof. I'm 30 years old and haven't been to the movies with a friend since 2008, and I realized this past year that this friend of mine wasn't ever my friend. If I do go to the movies, which isn't often at all, I go alone and wait until the 3rd or 4th week a movie is out. So that no one is really there, and so that no one I grew up with spots me there alone, so that I don't have to feel humiliated and covered in unbearable shame. Sadness and cringe. Bruh, going to the movies alone is the tits. You get to just totally immerse in it by yourself. Your girlfriend isn't there constantly asking who's who or what happens next, even though you've both watched the same movie at the same time. Or eating all the damn popcorn during the trailers. Go be the king of the theater. Wear that shit. Grass is always greener and whatnot. Yeah, no kidding. I accidentally super liked guys on Tinder so many times. The day a girl super likes me, accident or not, I'm calling my grandma and telling her I've made it in life. She'd already know. Where do you think the super like came from? Lots of gay guys get banned from Grindr selling weed. We get a lot of emails of, why am I banned? Go to their profile and it will say, hit me up for that weed. Laughing my ass off. I love how they were using Grindr to sell weed. Fucking amazing. Edit. I now know much more about Grindr and drug trafficking than I ever thought I'd learn. Every market has advertising, even black markets. When I was new to a city and looking, I tried to find weed through some dead app for smokers, and it didn't work. I made a Tinder profile with one picture of a cartoon man smoking weed. Forget exactly how I phrased it, but something like, not looking for a relationship, just looking for buds. I figured that the only way this works is if I sign up as a woman. I got to 99 plus matches within a day, and what's crazy is that at least 3/4 of the people who messaged me first did not get it and were clearly trying to get with a person who had no photos on their profile. Step 1, be a girl. Step 2, smoke trees. Step 3, Step 4, profit. Edit. Apparently this was sound advice. Cheers. Not sure about Match, but I know Tinder automatically removes you from the lineup, so to speak, if you've been inactive for more than 7 days. It seems they removed me from the lineup after 7 hours of being active. Sad face. Okay, sorry for laughing, but did you stop getting matches? I don't need to be inactive to not get matches. I don't need Tinder to be inactive. Okay, is it really hard for most people to get matches? I am a guy and I get like 5 or 6 matches a week. on a bad week and upwards of 10 on a good week. Get about one a year if I'm lucky. So, yes. I'm a pretty average looking woman in my 40s, and I would average 40 to 50 new messages a day on OkCupid. My profile wasn't flirty or indicating hookups only. I met my wonderful partner on there and says in 3 years, he probably has around two first messages the entire time. One was me, and the other was someone asking for money. My partner is a jolly good looking man with a clever, funny, and intelligent profile and should have had hundreds of messages. Girls are missing out by not reaching out first. I can definitely speak to this from the other perspective. I was not having much luck on Tinder. Then I met my wife there. She actually messaged me first, held a conversation, and wanted to get to know me. And I was almost put off by that. I was so convinced that she was some kind of catfish until we met for the first time. Just because that was so different from my entire experience until then. There were so many times where girls would match me, then just not say anything at all. Just wait for me to then message them. And if I didn't see it fast enough, that was it. Doors closed. So many girls just wait for the guy to message first and then put no effort into the conversation. And I don't care how attractive they are. If it's just, hey, what's up? Nothing. What about you? For any more than about 20 minutes, I'm just not into it. Rule number 3 should be different. My wife and I met on a dating service way back in the olden days, the 1990s. You created a profile by calling a number, selecting 1, 2, 3 for answers to the various questions. Then left a brief message. The computer then matched you to others based on your and their responses. Then you dialed in every few days to listen to the recorded message of those you were matched to and leave a personal message for that person. I had the typical guy experience. Left a bunch of messages but only heard back from 3 women. The first 2 didn't pan out. The third one I married. My wife went on about 10 dates. She picked all the guys that sounded suave and were good talkers, and they all ended up being losers. She was ready to give up but decided to give it one more try with that awkward guy who left an awkward message but was interested in skiing. If all the guys with game were losers, then maybe the guy with no game at all was a winner. Not sure if I'm not a loser, but I won that one anyway. Reminds me of the Mad TV skit, Lowered Expectations. Classic. I feel so lucky to come up watching that and in living color on their original release. I had once met a woman at a party. I thought she was gorgeous, but nothing really happened. I chatted with her and had a good time. Couple months later, she saw me on a dating app and swiped right. I got to go out with her for a few dates, and when things went sour, she said, "You lied about your height." I never once had to mention my height to her. She had already met me. Height? Round your waist? Probably going to get buried. I used to work for shag.co.uk as a content creator. And by that I mean, it was me who replied to messages from users. I used to get paid between 11 and 18 per message, with bonuses for hitting certain message amounts. It was mostly horny guys who just wanted to chat and get off, but I met some interesting people. One, a 60s guy whose wife had died a few weeks prior. Hadn't had sex in years, needed a release. Spoke at length of how he had picked me because I looked like his dead wife in her prime. 2, a guy who was in his 80s who was an ex-porn star, sent multiple links to his videos and such. We spoke at length regarding his trips to Africa and the charity work he's done. 3, a lot of obvious pedophiles, rapists, etc. It was pretty scary what people would admit to with enough pushing. 4, a lot of guys would agree to whatever weird fetish I dreamed up on that day. Horny people be horny. It all came to an end for me when a guy told me his dad had died that morning and he wouldn't be around for a while. I got reviewed for my reply, which was, "I'm really sorry for your loss. If you need to talk, I'll be here for you." They suggested that I should have replied, "Do you not care about me? I have needs too." just realized the site owners really didn't give a shit at all. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and leave a comment below. See you next time.